What is up, everybody? It is Guy Smiley here, and welcome back to another tutorial video. I'm going to be showing you guys how to build this custom LEGO Javelin missile launcher for your LEGO minifigures. I am really happy with how this little model turned out. I spent a lot of time trying to get the proportions to be as accurate as possible, and the positioning of the rocket launcher when the minifigure holds it to be as accurate as possible as well, so it looks just natural when the minifigure is holding it and firing it, as you see here. I was also able to use a new piece on the back right here to get some explosion coming out of the back of the rocket launcher when it's being fired, and I will also show you guys how to make it look like a missile is actually coming out of the rocket launcher itself using this kind of a technique right there. However, I don't know that this area right here is 100% accurate to the real thing, just because there's so many little details and little angles on that area on the real thing that are really hard to capture in LEGO form. So I kind of took some creative liberties with that area and just tried to maintain to give it a little bit of a futuristic look while also maintaining the modern military look that the real one has, so that you could use it for both types of minifigures. I added a big main sensor right there with a 1x1 round tile in a transparent pink, and I used a trans clear one on that version right there. And then I used a roller skate piece there to add two more little round sensors on the side of the sensor area. And then I used this piece right here to add that the cover that goes over these sensors when the rocket launcher is not being used. So we're going to break this tutorial up into two parts. We're just going to build the main tube piece for the rocket launcher first, and then we will build the sensor array right here. So this is the tube and this is the sensor array. The only difference between this one right here and this one is that this one right here just doesn't have this tire on the end right here. I believe that this right here is like the European version of the Javelin missile launcher, while the US version has this big rubber piece on the end right here. So I'm not really sure what purpose it serves. Leave a comment down below if you guys know. So to make this part of the Javelin, here are all the pieces that you're going to need. This yellow piece here can be any color that you want it to be. As you can see on this version right here, I used a old light gray one with the cool texture on one end of it, so it adds some more detail to the rocket launcher. But right now I'm going to use a yellow version. So to start off, what we're going to do is we're going to take these pieces right here first, these 1x1 round plates, and we're going to put this tire right here on one side of one and then connect it with the other one. So a tire like this fits perfectly in between two of these 1x1 round plates, which is really cool. And then we're going to take this piece right here, 1x1 round brick, and just connect it right there to the end. And then we're going to take this piece right here, and this is a Technic spacer piece. So this piece, you may not have any. It's relatively new, so if you want to go on Bricklink and find this piece, just search spacer and it will come up. It's the only piece that comes up when you search spacer in Bricklink. And so it's kind of a weird piece. It's not like a connector or anything. It's just a spacer element. And then we're going to put this bar in here. This is a 3L bar. So you can use a 4L bar if you don't have a 3L one, but I just happen to have a lot of these in dark gray. And dark gray works the best because you're going to be able to see the end of this bar out the end of the tube here. So you want to use one that's not like a random color, because you're going to be able to see the end of it. And then we're going to put this piece right here on the end, and you can use any color that you want, as I said before. And then we're going to take this piece, this claw piece. This is the handle right here, and connect it right there. And then we're going to take this piece and another one of these spacers, and we have a 1x1 round tile with a hole in the middle of the stud. Connect it just like so. And then this will go on the end right here. And if you do use a 3L bar, you have to make sure that you leave enough room for it to actually connect. I did not that first time, so you have to pull it out a little bit, and then you will be able to put it right here to connect it, just like so. And then that is connected right there. So now you can just leave it like this if you guys want to have the European version of the Javelin, or if you want to have the American version of the Javelin, you can just put another tire over the end of that last 1x1 round plate right there. And then the tube to the Javelin is complete. So next, here are the pieces that you need for the sensor part of the Javelin. So as you can see, there's not very many pieces required to actually make this cool little model here. So first, we're going to start off with the headlight brick here. We're going to take a headlight brick, and we're going to attach the sensor eye right on here, just like so. And then we're going to take this 1x2 round plate with holes in both studs. This is a very kind of a new piece as well. It's very useful. And we're just going to attach it like this on like this right here, because this is where the rocket tube is going to go. And then we're going to take a neck bracket right here, a minifigure neck bracket, and attach it just like so right here to that 1x2 round plate. And then we're going to take this piece right here, this claw, and just put it right here underneath to hold the little cover for the sensor. And then we can attach the sensor to it like this, like so. So now we have the sensor cover. There's no way to make it like go all the way up and cover the actual sensor like the real thing, but this just kind of looks cool and kind of replicates the real thing as closely as possible when it's open. And then we're going to take a minifigure roller skate piece right here and attach it to that neck bracket. And then finally we have the handle for the Javelin missile launcher right here. We're going to attach it to the roller skate. So this is where the minifigure is going to hold it right there. And then we're going to take the actual tube that we already built and just place it right here, going through that 1x2 round plate. And that 3L bar sometimes really isn't long enough, so this piece will, at the end of the tube, will have a tendency to come off. So it is better to use a 4L bar if you guys have one in dark gray, but I really don't have one in dark gray to use for this, so I'm using a 3L one. And now the Javelin missile launcher is complete, the purest version. So now let's put this on a minifigure, and I'll show you guys right here. So here's our minifigure. You just kind of have to position it like so to wherever you want it. You might have to rotate the handle a little bit to get it to go in the right position. You might have to rotate it a little bit this way. And then this arm, I like to turn this hand this direction when you have the minifigure holding the Javelin, because he's kind of like stabilizing it with this arm. And if you have the hand turned this way, it doesn't get in the way of this piece right here. So now that we've completed the Javelin here, let's see how we can make it look like it is being shot. Currently, I have a piece of fire here from the LEGO Superheroes sets. You can use pretty much any piece of fire that is in scale with a LEGO minifigure and looks realistic, but I really love this one. It looks so realistic, and it has bars on both ends, so it's very useful. And what I've done here is I've placed a 1x1 round plate with a hole in the center of one of those studs right here on the end, just like so. And then you can actually place this on the end of the Javelin, just like this. So now it looks like there's fire coming out of the end of the Javelin. And then for the missile of the Javelin, we're going to use these pieces right here. There are two ice cream pieces right here, stacked on top of one another. They connect right here to each other, just like so. And then we use a white claw piece right here, connected to one of these bar holder pieces with a round piece on the end. So if you guys have these pieces, you can use these to make a really nice rocket for your Javelin. And then this actually can be held right on the inside of the end of the Javelin. So now it looks like it is being shot right now. That looks super epic. You guys can figure out a way that works for you to do this. You can use your creativity to maybe figure out a better way to make it look like it's being shot, or you can figure out a way that works with the parts that you have in your collection currently. So now that you've completed your Javelin missile launcher, you've completed the purest version. Now if you want to take this missile launcher to the next level, as you can see like this one right here, purists should probably click off of this video right now, because we're about to go into uncharted territory here a little bit for you guys. So if you guys are comfortable with a little bit of customization on your LEGO models here, what you want to do is you want to take some electrical tape here. So I have a roll of Scotch electrical tape here, and you want to take a piece of this electrical tape off and just attach it to a LEGO plate here to make it easy for you to cut a long strip off of this piece of tape. So after you cut a long strip off, you should end up with something like this. So you have a very thin, long strip of electrical tape here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your tile here. So whatever color you want to use, I'm going to use a red one this time just to see how it looks. And you want to take the electrical tape and take it and just put it all the way around the edge of this tile. And, you know, if you cut it too long, that's okay. You can just keep on going around and around with the electrical tape until you come to the end here. And then, as you can see, that looks a lot cooler just because of that black border around it. It makes it look a lot more realistic, because the real one doesn't have a big, like, clear dome. It has just more of like a window there. So that adds just a lot of detail right there. And as you can see on this one right here, we also have a black border around the trans clear piece that I used for the main sensor on this Javelin right here. But that's not all you can do for this model. As you can see right here on this version of the Javelin, we have two colored dots on those secondary sensors that are made by the LEGO roller skate piece. So those are not stickers, they're not decals, they're not tape, they're actually painted on there. What I used for that was this paint right here. This is just some paint from Michaels. It's just acrylic paint. It's water soluble, so you can always just wash it off of your Lego pieces if you don't want it on there anymore. Same with this Citadel paint. It's just some acrylic Citadel paint. I bought it at a hobby shop, but you can always just buy this at Michaels here if you just, it's like $1.50 per bottle, so it's very cheap. So you just need some Citadel paint. You just need a very small paintbrush here. And what you're going to do is you're just going to put a very small drop of paint somewhere where you can take a little piece of it, a little brush full. And then you're going to dip your brush into that drop of paint right here. And you want to wet your brush before you do this. So just dip it in so you have a little bit of paint on the tip of your paintbrush right here. And then you're going to take your Javelin missile launcher right here. And you are going to just touch the inside of this circle with the blue paint, and that looks really good right there. And you don't actually have to be very precise for this, because you can always just put the drop of blue right there and then just wipe off the outside so that it's a nice even circle right there on your Javelin missile launcher. So then you're going to do the same thing with the orange right here. And now your Javelin missile launcher is extra detailed and super epic looking. So that is how you make those little dots on the inside of your Javelin missile launcher. That's what I've done for both of these to add some extra detail there. And you can use whatever colors you like that mesh with the colors of the sensor, the main sensor that you chose. I just like the way orange and blue looks on these. It just looks absolutely perfect. And you can literally just use any old paint you have laying around your house, or you can just go to Michaels or Walmart and pick up a couple bottles for like $1.50 each and get into customizing your Lego pieces a little bit. So I think that is going to be it for this video. Be sure to leave a comment down below if you guys were able to build this yourselves, and be sure to let me know what you guys think of the little non-Lego additions to this build. I really love those painted dots on there and the little E-tape circle around the main sensor. I think that they make the build look absolutely outstanding, and they add so much to the final look of this model. Be sure to leave a like on the video as well if you guys enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more custom Lego military tutorials, models, and reviews, and I will see you guys in the next video.